what's going on? I'm Jay Sims. Welcome back to the Whitetail Express as we continue cruising Iowa in our event truck. We are at the location of our last delivery. The plan was to start this episode with the video that I thought was right here. That's not a video, it's just a picture. There are no videos around here, so we're going to be just starting the episode with picking our load for the event, which is pretty exciting, and I do actually have stuff to talk about this time. Maybe call it a little bit of advice for new drivers on the changing nature of plans in the trucking profession, how plans can change at the drop of a hat. But let's take a look. I did take a look at the external contracts before I started recording here. There's not a whole lot in terms of what the pay is worth, but in these events, it's not about the pay, it's about getting the cities. We have to get Council Bluffs, Fort Dodge, Mason City, Ottumwa, and Waterloo. Fort Dodge is not really far enough away to qualify for the load. They have to be 100 miles or more. That's 103, and I don't want to chance the bobtail to get the load cutting into that and then not qualifying. I did see a load going to Council Bluffs. See what I mean here, Fort Dodge? Oh, it's 137 miles. Well, that wouldn't be bad. And then we could just bobtail, well, that is Fort Dodge. Mason City, that pays $3,000. Dubuque we've been to. Waterloo, Iowa. That is 110 miles. Cedar Rapids we've been to. This is Fort Dodge as well. That's 95 miles. But the one I'm looking for is Council Bluffs, and I am totally not seeing it anymore. It's gone. It's kind of disappointing, because Council Bluffs is right out here. That's one of the ones we have to get to. So I guess our choices here are we could chance it. Or we could go to Waterloo. It's 110 miles. It's Waterloo. And then Mason City, we could pick something and hopefully find something going to Fort Dodge, Council Bluffs, or Ottumwa. It's gypsum. No clue what gypsum is, but 110 miles, that's cutting it kind of close. But I think that's going to be our best bet here. Yeah. All right, well, let's see how far Siva is away from us right now. Oh, it's right there. Hopefully it's not more than 10 miles away. So that's the load we're going to take. We are going to have to take a break in the middle, and it's 11:29, so we may have to do some night driving here. Alright, so it's gypsum from Des Moines to Waterloo, to the Swift and Waterloo. Alright, so we got to go get it. It's only a mile away. That's a good thing. I might be able to make it the whole way there. It's not a very long load, so I might be able to make it there before I have to take a break. This is definitely not the right way to go, though. Yeah, see? Well, There's a guy in there cleaning up. Guess we're doing a K-turn in a semi. Everyone is doing well and enjoying the Cruising Iowa event. If you guys are doing it yourself, let me know how you're doing. Kind of curious how other people go about doing this, whether they take individual loads or if they double up like I did a couple times. I'd like to do that again. I mean, this is going to be load number 8, so that would give us 4 loads left in the Cruising Iowa event. We could finish that in 2 episodes. I would actually like to get a load that pays something, though. But I guess that's alright. Peterbilt Truck Dealership discovered. Jay is way the hell out of control here. Not entirely sure what that was all about. Jay just ran right off the road and took out a sign. Wow. Jay, you fool. You fool, Jay. Hopefully I can do this without tipping the truck over. I guess the truck doesn't actually tip over. Yeah, right up on the road. Cut that guy off, run back off the road. Maybe I shouldn't be recording now. That's the reason why I thought that was a video and not just a picture, is because I was half asleep. Hitachi, which is not Siva. Yeah, so I thought that was a video I was going to start the episode with, but it turned out to be a picture, so plans change. On that topic, as we go get this load, things in the trucking industry often do change, and they change at the drop of the hat, and sometimes those changes can be extremely intense, I guess you could say. I had a day yesterday that was completely full of changes. Granted, being a local guy, it's not as bad as it would be if I were over the road. You know, over the road you get a load that goes to, say, New Jersey. You get halfway there and then your dispatcher calls you and says that load actually has to go to Boston or Wisconsin. We messed up. If you're not able to roll with the punches, don't get into this type of work, because stuff like that happens all the time, and like I said, they can be pretty extreme, pretty drastic. My day on Thursday, as I record this now on Friday, started fairly simple. I take a load from our yard to a place in a different town, not too far away, pretty simple. Load of booze. And then after the load of booze, I had to go back to our terminal empty and get a load of paper towels and toilet paper and take it to a Wegmans distribution center. Wegmans is the top of the line supermarket in the Northeast, and they have a very heavy presence in Rochester, because that's where they're from, but they are throughout the entire Northeast, down into like Maryland. think they're in Virginia. I know there's one in Alexandria. So fairly simple. Deliver this load, come back empty, and take that load up to the Wegmans DC. And we got something here we could check out along the way. So we'll do that. Right there. It's pretty convenient. 112 miles. There's also something else down here, which is kind of cool. So I may check that out too. We're going to have to stop, but I think I can make it 112 miles, check that out, and then get to a truck stop here. So we may not actually be driving at night. Anyway, I'm at my first place. For delivery goes fine. I get a lot of reading done. I read a lot when I'm sitting indoors. And I get headed back. About halfway there, my computer goes off with a message. Message says, before you go to Brooks Ave, which is the Wegmans distribution center, we got a load that has to load here and deliver to a place down the street. It's only like a mile down the street. So when you get back, live load that, then go deliver it, then bring the empty back, then go to Brooks Ave. All right, fine. No big deal. So I'm delivering the load after I live loaded it. And say now it's about 11 o'clock in the morning. Still early enough that the extra time doing that wasn't that big a deal. And I get another message. Take the empty to another place in our area that we do a lot of business with and drop it, pick up this load, bring it back here, then go to Brooks Ave. Okay, fine. By then, I'm starting to get a little annoyed. Not enough to really where I grumble or sweat or anything, but still, it's like, all right, come on, just leave me alone. Let me go to Brooks Ave. But that wasn't the case. And I'll tell you why, the reason I really wanted to go to Brooks Ave after this. So I'm just about empty. And they call. So instead of taking the empty trailer I have to the place in Canandaigua and dropping it there, now I have to bring it back to our terminal. No big deal, it's on the way. Drop that, grab a different empty trailer, a 48-foot trailer, take that to Pactive. Alright, so there's another change. Still nothing drastic, nothing like what could happen on the road. No empty 48s. So I bobbed him. It's about noon, time for lunch. So I decided to eat my lunch there because all I had to do was bring it back and then go up to Brooks Ave, which is a good thing because on the way back from my first load, I skipped my coffee stop, my normal coffee stop. When I do that load, I usually stop and get some caffeine on the way back to wherever in the West they happen to send me. So I skipped it because Brooks Ave has free coffee, and I am all about the free coffee. So I'm kind of running out of steam by that point and getting a little more and more irritated as the changes piled up. But still, not that big a deal. And this is what I mean by you have to be able to adjust and roll with the punches. Because sometimes the punches come 1-2, sometimes they come in a huge uppercut. These were just 1-2 punches. So I finally get up to Brooks Ave, get my coffee. No empties there. Got to go to the other Wegmans that's around the corner. grab an empty. No big deal. I had to go past there in the first place. Figured I'm bringing it back. I'll be done for the day. That's fine. It'll be 3 o'clock by the time I get back after I fuel, do my post-trip inspection. I'll have 9 hours, which is good because I was really starting to run out of gas by that point. So I get back, let them know I dropped my empty, and get the message. We're all set for the day. Okay, great. Head off to the fuel bay. 3:30. Good time to be going home. Do my fuel in, hop back in the truck, there's another message. The third Wegmans distribution center in our area needs an empty. Please take an empty up there, then you could just come back and that'll be it for the day. Alright, so now I'm annoyed because I'm tired. I'm starting to get really hungry. And it was 98 degrees. And I wanted to go home. And I didn't really want to go back up into the Rochester area and then have to come out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But I did it anyway because, well, I'm spineless. I have no backbone. I don't stand up for myself and tell them no. That's a lie I have before, but by then, at the end of the day, after all the changes, I was just like, whatever, alright. And away I went. So I was pretty tired by the end of the day. So if you are thinking about getting into trucking, keep that in mind. When things change, especially if you're over the road, and it's the same thing with when things go wrong. When they change or go wrong, they don't just slightly change or slightly go wrong. They go off the fucking rails. Like, I have had situations where I got called halfway to Hartford, Connecticut. Oh, God. Halfway to Hartford, Connecticut. Alright? That load has to go to South Hackensack, New Jersey. They messed up at Active. That load has to go to South Hackensack, New Jersey. And I was halfway to Hartford, Connecticut. You know how much of a pain in the ass it is to get from north central Connecticut to South Hackensack, which is just outside of, like, Newark? It sucked. It was horrible. And that's what I'm talking about. You got to be able to roll with those type of punches if you want to do this job, because it happens quite frequently. Dispatchers can be overwhelmed. They can make mistakes. I mean, they're human just like everybody else. Or they're an idiot. And what is this? What is this? See what I mean? See what I mean? Now, how am I going to get around this? Things change. Things don't just go slightly wrong. If I go up and then come back and then go back, I don't think this is going to work. It might. I have 1, 2, 3, and then I'll be back on track. All right. This is a bit ridiculous when I should just go. I should just drive. All right, so we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and I can make it around that. We'll play it safe because this is a short load anyway. I could have made it around that. So it's 1, 2, 3 around the clover loop. Or clover leaf. It's even telling me to do it too on the GPS. It's funny. One time GPS actually picks the right way to go to get you where you need to be. So I shouldn't even have to get out of the lane for like the next 4 or 5 miles, at least in game here. All right, there's one. Now, in reality, I wouldn't be the only one on the road here. This road would be backed up like you would not believe. Like we'd be moving at like 2 miles an hour. All right, there's 2. I didn't even bother looking to see what it was. Don't care. Gotta go. I've got gypsum. No fucking clue what that is. Gypsum, anyone know? Leave a comment if you do. Now we should be back on track. It looks like someone followed me. There we go, back on track. Anyway, that's my little pointer for people who are watching this that are thinking about getting into trucking or brand new to the trucking industry. I know guys, I was the same way, tend to have, I think the appropriate term is grapes in their eyes when they first get started, and everything is just like, wow. It goes away pretty quick. You just start to accept the reality of your situation. You're in a job that can be extremely stressful and a massive pain in the fucking scrotum. At some point, you will find out. And yet this world would not move without trucks. This world would not be able to exist without trucks. I know people think that everything could be taken by train, but when's the last time you saw a train? Whoa, look at that over there. That's kind of cool. All right. Okay, big corn cob in the sky. I'm kind of surprised that wasn't a photo trophy. Also kind of curious if it really exists. I have a feeling it does. I know they did a lot of like on-the-ground research when they were making these DLCs. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if that did exist. And I completely lost my train of thought. What I was ranting and raving about. Let's see if I can remember. Oh, there's a nice view. It's pretty cool. I think we have to get off here too. Yeah. That we do. We got a video to check out. Yeah, this is where I gotta go. There's a Waterloo, New York, not too far from me. They have a Petro and a Love's there. US 20, I know I've mentioned it before, but I will mention it again, that comes right through my area. Been on it quite a bit. It'd be one of those things to drive from where it starts in Boston to where it ends somewhere out in Portland, I think, or Washington, maybe. Whatever. If there's a truck stop there we could stay at after we deliver the load. They announced the cars that you're going to be able to buy for the road trip. It's going to be a DLC, I guess. So you can drive Ford products. Think like an old school Mustang, a F-150, a Bronco. There was something else too, but I don't remember what it was. So I'm pretty sure the light turned green and then turned red again, so something's happening up here. Hope this guy goes. I may have to go around him on the shoulder. I am a little close to this guy in front of me, though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's something going on up here. Don't ever do this. But I am not going to sit in this traffic. Oh, hi. What's wrong with you? It wasn't red, it was green. Oh, maybe because I went through the light on the in the turning lane. Whatever. Got around it. That's what counts. West Ridgeway Ave. Waterloo, Iowa. In addition to the Ford that you're going to be able to buy in-game and drive around, they do have a very active modding community that's made quite a lot of cars. Like I've downloaded but done nothing with the Honda Pilot. I may just go with that because I kind of like the Honda Pilot, and I kind of don't like Ford. So Waterloo Church. See what's going on here. Why don't I just go straight? Because I can. Okay, well, that answers that question. And another red light violation, huh? I don't know why I can't go straight. There's a road there. You can see it on the map. Got this weird feeling I'm going to end up regretting trying to go into this place with this truck. Nice little neighborhood here. Downtown Riverfront, Young Arena. Can't go that way. Do not enter. I gotta go all the way around. Waiting for my guy to start yawning. Well, this is kind of nice interchange here. I don't think I can take the next road either. Sightseeing on the clock. Waterloo Adult Learning Center. I wonder if that's code for college. Can I go this way? Looks like I can go that way. Can I? I'm seeing any no entering signs. Oops. I guess we'll find out. Yep. It's right down there on the corner. I wonder why they got me going around. Maybe that one up there is one way. But I could always just come back down here. I'm gonna go this way. Okay. So get around the corner. Kind of held it in a little tight there. So I wasn't planning on going this way. Better hold back there, bro. Thank you. There it is, right there. And I can't go this way. I'm not supposed to come. I'm not supposed to enter this way. Oh, okay. You say so. Well, I see why they wanted me to go the other way. I got a green light. Oh, well, this is bad. Once again, too tight for the corner. See if I get a ticket doing this. Oh, don't hit the sign. Whoops. Sorry. I just wanted to see the sights, yo. It's Buck's Fisherman's Paradise. Alright. I have to back up to see this here. So now we have to get out of here. Take a little walk around here. Probably back up a little bit more and just cut it. Or I could just cut it. But it's going to be a hard cut and then down that road there, so a little awkward. I'd probably be better off just going forward, staying wide, and then swinging. Hopefully we don't take that pole out. Should be alright. Always make sure you can get out before you go in. My advice to new drivers. Seems like common sense, but you would be surprised at the number of truck drivers that have wiped out McDonald's overhangs and gas station roofs and stuff like that. Cars and gas stations. It's just one of those things where you probably shouldn't take your truck into someplace unless you know for a fact it's going to be able to get out. And I've spoke on that, so I won't do it again. Well, we did pretty good. We didn't take out... Oh, yeah, we did, actually. We took out a pole. But that was on the way in, so that doesn't count. Oh, these guys are going to stop, and I'm going to get a green light. Oh, this isn't good. Are we gonna get to you? Yeah. Great. Actually had a little more room than what I was expecting. I think that's Young's Arena. Get off the sidewalk, dude. Might be going right past it. That'd be kind of cool. Oh, come on. Yeah, Young's Arena right there. Nice. Nice. Might have been worth a screenshot, but whatever. Cedar River, cool. This is definitely worth a screenshot here. Alright. So now I'm going to be conflicted whether I use that or the big corn cob strip mall. I thought I was going to say strip club. It's like, you know, that whole make sure you can get out before you get in thing. That just flew right out the window. Let's go. Let's go. Never actually seen it called a strip mall before. Alright, whatever. Nitpicking. Not a whole lot of traffic here in Waterloo, Iowa. Shouldn't complain. So far things have gone pretty good. Got the old Swifty Swift terminal down there. World of Trucks connection lost. Unable to save your progress. Awesome. Awesome. At the worst possible time. At the worst possible time. we're going to have to do something about that. Which may require a little bit of editing prowess. Maybe not. It came back. Spectrum sucks. Spectrum conks out quite a bit. But I was gonna have to go get my phone and use that as a high Wi-Fi hotspot, so I didn't have to jump through hoops for get credit for this load, like I did that Burlington one. That's longer than what I thought it was going to be for an hour or 100 and some odd mile run. 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, we still got to get back to the truck stop too. But I probably won't include that. I'll just do that on my own. Oh, shit. Here it is. Swift. Oh, okay. See what we got. 40. Right there. All right. It's not bad at all. I can never get this to work right in real life. 12 years of driving, I can't line up for a straight up, straight back to save my skin. Of course, it's looking like it's the same thing here, too. Yeah, I'm like not even pointing in the right direction with the trailer. And I hit the wall. Get out and look. Right. We're going to try a different approach here. We'll just do the easy thing. Do the easy way. Seems I can't master the easiest maneuver in trucking. How to successfully line up for your straight back? Let's ask the veteran of 12 years. How do you line up for a straight back? You don't do what I do. I'm either a spot over to the left, a spot over to the right. Never lined up perfectly. Doesn't matter what I do. Turn before the spot, I'm off. Turn after the spot, I'm off. Turn at the spot, I'm off. Put the fifth wheel right on the spot, I'm off. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Should have just done this in the first place. See how easy that is? bit. Should always look forward before you just go driving forward, but see how we did. We did okay. Okay, so there's that. We have 8 now. Time to find a truck stop. There's one way out there. So we'll have to go back through town. Or if I can get a load right out of Cargill. Let's find out. Cargill, going to San Diego. Pays a lot, but it's like 1,800 miles, and it wouldn't count. So where do we have to go? Where do we have to go? Slim pickings here. Nobody in Iowa ships to anyone else in Iowa. Fort Dodge. 179 miles. Out of John Deere. That doesn't pay too bad. Okay. Alright. That's Council Bluffs. So this is Fort Dodge. That's Mason City. What if I just bobtailed up to Mason City? Nah. That thing's gonna be heavy. A beet harvester out of John Deere. Alright, that's going to be our next load. So I am going to head off either to get it. Yep, I know. We'll be fine. Trust me on that. So I'm either going to head off and get it and then hit the truck stop, or hit the truck stop and then head off and get it. Let's find out what's closer here. Let's see. Truck stop looks like it's on the way. I don't know if I really want to risk falling asleep. So I am going to head on over to the truck stop. Jay is going to get a good night's sleep. And then we're going to go get that big beet harvester. We'll do that one in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was interesting. We got one more tick on the cruise in Iowa. And that's all I got for now. I'm Jay Sims. Thank you very much for watching and have a good night.